I've ran paid communities for a few different creators, and one in particular has made $2 million. The key to finding $1 million creator like that is finding an untapped niche that no one else is on. So in this video, I'm literally going to show you step by step how to find a banger niche. I'm also going to show you some literal niches that you could go for. I recommend paying very close attention to this video. I'm going to be dropping gems all throughout it. Also, I have nothing to sell you during this video. Alright, so let's get started. So how do we find our $1 million creator that we can growth operate for? You can call it whatever you want, it doesn't matter, but you're going to run the paid community for a big content creator. So this way we can go for unpaid Verizon bills and then have Stripe screenshots like this where you're making 20K in a day. So first, finding the niche, obviously super important. Here are my 2 rules for finding a fire niche. You really want to make sure that this niche can go viral organically. If this thing is struggling to get views, your paid community will fail 100%. I see it time and time again. If you can't get views, it won't work. And second, you need to be able to teach some skill, bestow some knowledge that people need to be paying and get something from it. If this was a niche that was popping a few years ago, that's not what we want. So if you're doing sneaker reselling, guess what? That's kind of dying. It's easy to see what's popping off. Just go through comment sections, see what's getting interacted with, and filter to see what videos are recently popping up. If it's dying off over time, not a good sign. The niche makes people money. It's just the best niches and the best businesses are ones where you make people a ton of money. Alex Hormozi says it for a reason. Also, gets views organically. People actually want to watch it and you don't have to blast paid ads. This thing is just organically able to get good views. And the niche isn't saturated with paid communities. If you're the first one to break into this niche, you're going to have a lot easier time just getting tons of customers in. Are you going to hit all these off the bat? No, but this is what makes a 7-figure one. So overall, money-making niches are just a lot better than non-money-making niches. But as a growth operator, you need to be able to flow with just whatever can work, and I'll show you everything. So how do we start then? I love just going through the SEO on TikTok. It is so powerful. Everyone likes to start off with some sort of database or whatever, but you need to think like a human throughout this entire thing. Otherwise, you're just going to get AI type results, which is going to be trash. Hands down, TikTok SEO is the best SEO for seeing what is popping off. So some common phrases you can do are side hustles that work, best business models for 2024, make $3,000 a month. All these are really solid because guess what? It's going to find you money-making niches. Like look through this. I just searched up best business model 2024 and I'm littered with different creators. You can see this guy's talking about high ticket sales. Scroll down for how to make $3,000 a month. I see a girl talking about Etsy dropshipping. So if I go through with how to make 10K 1 month, I'm going to get a ton of different business models. And then when you see a business model, just search it up and see if it's relevant today. If people aren't making videos in the past month, that means it could be kind of dead. Be willing to try some obscure ones. You are the growth operator, so you have to find a creator who's doing something. So find something obscure. Sometimes those are the ones that can hit. See, I clicked on this guy video. He's talking about AI agency. You can look into that more. You want to do deep dives though. Don't cross anything out until you check all the different social medias. And then don't sleep on the hashtags too. You want to be searching up a bunch of different keywords and seeing what pops up. For example, you could go for hashtag motivation, hashtag entrepreneur. You could find some more money making stuff, but a lot of people post with hashtags and SEO is really great with using this. And then another quick word of advice, when you're on TikTok mobile, filter it down to the past few months so that way you're not getting old videos. So that's kind of the problem with doing TikTok online. So I do suggest doing this on mobile if you really want to get in it. But looking back at that Etsy drop shipping, you can see it gets good views, but it kind of was popping more back in 2023. I'm not going to write it off though. I'm still going to write it down. So when you're looking up hashtag entrepreneur, literally just go through every single video. You want to find individual creators and ones that are doing really good views. There's going to be a ton of BS with a hashtag like this, but still, there's going to be some gems. And then another good search up is just going through YouTube. It is hands down one of the best SEOs as well. It's our modern day TV. So if someone's posted on YouTube, that means they are the Yoda of their niche. They're probably able to speak on it. Granted, there's definitely some people who shouldn't be speaking on what they're talking about, but let's say I search up Side Hustle 2024 and Mark Taburi pops up. So you can see here, he's talking about AI animation, reselling luxury items, copywriting, a few different things that you could definitely make some sort of paid community out of. It's going to be a bit harder to growth operate those type of niches, but you don't want to rule anything out. You just want to list all the possible niches you can go for, especially if it makes people money. Another way to find some niches is just not reinventing the wheel. So Kajabi has a bunch of different courses. They're not your school or your Discord, but guess what? They've been around for quite a while now, and if someone's working on there, it can work in a paid community too. Like literally just scroll through here. You can see Modern Dating Academy. Guess what? That's a good niche you can go for. I've seen a few people make some good paid communities out of this. And then there's obscure ones too. Construction consulting. That's maybe a little too obscure, but you don't want to rule things out. Then there's a lady-centric fitness one. I'm not a super big fan of that. And then there's spiritual stuff, which honestly, that can hit. So if you go for a niche that doesn't make people money, it needs to print views. Whoever is viewing this needs to be an avid addict of this stuff. Preferably, this just needs to get disgusting numbers on TikTok, everywhere. Hundreds of thousands on TikTok. Even on YouTube, you really want a ton of eyes seeing this. It's because a lot of people are going to cancel if it doesn't make them money. So the way to get around this, you just get more members in. So one niche that just gets a ton of views is survival. You've probably seen the videos on your For You page. You can make some sort of info product out of it. So when I'm validating something like Dating Coach, let's say I found it from the Kajabi example, I'm going to look through and I see videos are doing well as of recently, and some of these are just printing millions of views. When you're looking through niches, make sure to do a bunch of different keywords. So I did dating coach, dating advice, and then you can even throw in a hashtag. There are a ton of different niches, but views is the name of the game. Don't listen to what anyone else says. We're looking for a sustainable business. If you want a business that prints millions like I've had, then you need to find something that can continually get views. If it does get views, try to think of what offer you can bring to it. Is there actually a paid community you could sell to people? If not, then that's a problem as well. It's pretty easy to think about the offer. Go back to the 2 rules I talked about. Is it an actual skill you can give people? And if it makes money, even better. Now here's a little hack. It doesn't have to be some niche that is super untapped necessarily. You can go for saturated niches still, but you want to find creators who kind of have their own wave, or there's little different subsectors of it. So with these subcategories, everyone's going to go for something like fitness, but they don't think about really digging down and going to something like holistic healing. People are crazy about their health, and I'm going to show you different ways you can look at something like holistic healing. So going through the survival niche, you can see it indeed does get a ton of views. I mean, 22 million views, that's just disgusting. And that's not an anomaly. There's a bunch of different ones that get that. Going through holistic healing, it's not going to be quite as poppy with the amount of views, but the people are very active in the comment sections. You can see this guy has 8,400 comments on this video. And if you look through the comment sections in this niche, people are really active and they're talking one-on-one with the creator. Another way you can look at niches, see what's already on School or WAP. Sometimes there's a low-key one-off one that you can go for. Like this creditpreneur one, I haven't seen any other big credit building ones, but that's definitely a niche that more people could get into. It's making $100,000 a month too, so clearly it works. So the best way to organize this, I highly suggest going into Notion. I have a template that you can download. And here are the niches that I have right now. Hint, hint, you can go ahead and steal them from me. So going through it, we have the credit building. I found that one through Kajabi and some other digging. We have Etsy drop shipping. I went through TikTok and then I confirmed, okay, it's decent. Maybe I can get something off of it. Flipping iPhones. I did that by searching up side hustles on TikTok. Holistic healing. I really went down on TikTok more than just fitness. I was searching up a bunch of different keywords, and that's definitely one I want to look into more. Motivational speakers, banger one. This one I found actually just by looking at what people are talking about. And then motivational speakers, I literally just found this by searching up hashtag entrepreneur and then looking to see when is someone talking face to face with their camera. And then that's that kind of niche I want to go for. And then we have survival. I already talked about that one. Prints a ton of different views. Dating and relationships. Found this through looking through Kajabi. And I've seen some other previous communities that have done well with this. And then yoga, also found that through the Kajabi page. That one would have to be a really low ticket one, but maybe a bunch of girls would buy it. So list out all of your niches. You don't want to alienate any of them. Just list them all. And if it's bad, you don't have to go for it. So how to know if it's a bad niche? It doesn't make people money. It can't get views organically on any sort of social media. And there's no skill or knowledge that the creator can give to a customer. How to know if it's a fire niche? It makes people money, which is the best of the best. And it gets views organically on social media and a lot of them. And there's skill or alpha that the creator can give to the community that people will pay for, not just once, but monthly. So now let's find a creator in the niche. We found our niches, we listed them out. Now let's really find a creator. How do we find a good one? So, signs of a good creator. They post frequently and they actually get good views. They don't already have a ton of hard offers. Now what I mean by this is they're not selling something that they're super passionate about already. So if they have a clothing brand they built from the ground up, that could be a little harder to infiltrate. And if they have their own sort of paid community, it's just really tough. Extra points if they're the leader of the niche, if they're really commanding their authority and they're the top guy in it, that is great. But don't expect to get this guy if you have no experience growth operating. That's fine though. There's a bunch of other creators. And then some extra ones. Do they seem down to earth? Someone you would want to work with. You have to remember, this is a business partner end of the day. So you guys are going to have to go back and forth on stuff. This is a good problem, but if it makes a bunch of money, you need to be able to be chill with them. And then 5, this is specific to the creator who's made $2 million. They like to get on camera and they're able to talk to people on live and they enjoy it. Because guess what? It's a lot easier to convert people when the creator is talking. It's made my life so much easier that he just loves hopping on lives. People want that intimacy with their creator. Now, signs of a bad creator. Posts are lackluster. They're not really getting good views on social media, at least not right now. That's a big no. They already have some sort of paid community or some huge offer that they're already very dedicated to. That means they're probably not going to go for a new paid community, and even if they do, they're not going to promote it that hard, which is also an L. And if they already have some sort of paid community, brand, software that they've built from the ground up, it's going to be harder to pitch them a paid community. Even if they do cave into it, are they going to promote it hard? Because if they don't promote it, that's an L. Another big no-no, fake views, fake lifestyle. You want to work with people who actually can get views and aren't trying to fake something. And lastly, they're trying to copy people. They don't have their own style. That means they're going to die out at some point. The whole point of being a content creator is being creative, at least somewhat. So how do we find these fire content creators? We're going to kind of go back to what we did before. We're going to see all of our niches in our Notion, and then we're going to see the creators who are actually the biggest in the niche. You're going to remember just from seeing it, but now you have to actually write it down. So if you go to the Notion, we have all of our niches here. So I'm going through dating advice. Let's try to find some creators that I could hit up. So this girl is printing views. Honestly, really solid interactions for a lot of different posts on TikTok. It's just her face, like I said earlier, which means it's personable. She has an actual audience that's really wanting to tune in. One bad part, she already has a coaching offer, so it's going to be a lot harder to infiltrate. I could hit her up, but it's going to be a lot harder. So I was going through the dating niche and I found this Daddy Academy guy. It could be someone that's good. I don't see anything on his links. So let's go check his Instagram. So this guy doesn't have a paid offer and he has pretty good socials. So this is someone you could hit up. One thing to note though, he's catered towards girls, so this isn't going to sell as well. They're not as desperate as guys. You have to think about the offer. Who is actually going to buy it? And honestly, most of these paid communities, hands down, are bought by guys. But it all depends on the offer. Depending on how you offer it, you can get girls in, but he is kind of a slam dunk person though. He has no offer and he gets good views. So you could write him down in this creator niche. And then you can choose the niche that he's a part of. You can add your own as well. If you just go up here and then click in and you can add it. Again, this template is free for you guys. It's in my free Discord. You can check it out. Number of IG followers. The reason why I have this is it's a pretty good barometer of how popping someone is. So 42.3K. I haven't hit him up yet, so I'm going to say 0 DMs. And then you can plug the links in here. Be creative with the searches. The more creative you are, the better creators you're going to find. So look for popping videos and see what the titles are. So we're going through the Notion. We're seeing what are our favorite creators. They don't have to be the commander of the niche because we just need to lock someone down who is solid. In order to print the most though, you do want the highest people in the niche. But we're building up our resume. That's what we're doing. Here's a little gem. So Cardinal Mason, you're not going to get him. He already has some big course offer. But look at how his page is structured. It's these one-on-one face videos. These are cracked. They hit so hard. If someone is able to print views like this, just camera to the face, talking, candid, that's a really good creator. It means they get personal, so it'll be a lot easier to sell an offer. And what you can do is you can look at trendy videos, take their titles, search it up, and you can find other fire creators. Another example of this, look at Grant Lannon, printing views. And I don't find it necessarily by searching up motivation. I can find some fire ones with that, but he has really unique titles. It'll just be like how to cure anxiety. Like, be prepared to search up weird titles. It'll find you the best creators sometimes. So if I look up Aura Hack, that's how I find them. So we're obviously doing a heavy TikTok search, but when you're going through TikTok, go to their Instagram because you're checking out all their social medias and see what is recommended. It's going to recommend you other people in that niche. Now, I do suggest that you start with a niche so you can just find all the people in it and then go on to another niche. So if you're doing cold emailers, stick to cold emailers, knock them all out, and find the best ones in it. Don't neglect the other social medias though. You have to remember, YouTube people are immortal sometimes. They have the biggest of clout. And then Twitter people, they may not have a ton of views, but you can still command a really niche strong audience. So see who's popping in that niche. Go look through all of them. We're doing a deep dive, guys. We want to really dig in. So on the Notion, I can leave something like strong TikTok presence for Grant Lannon. I will say don't hit him up. He already has a paid offer for high ticket coaching, but he's a great example of what you want to look for that strong personal brand of just giving motivation. Another gem right there, fire niche. I guarantee you're going to find some fire people doing this. So if you go to someone like Ben Bader, has really good TikTok presence, look at his titles, and then you can just search up those titles again. Just look through things rich people do. You're going to find some good creators through it. We're not just looking through TikTok. We're going to look through all the social medias. So for this one, I'll look up through YouTube. Outdoor Boys, you've had to have seen this on your page. He gets a ton. That's not going to be a creator we score. That'd be insane, but someone that's a little more realistic, someone like Field Days, still a ton of views, but there's a possibility. So obviously the absolute goldmine is an untapped niche that makes people money, but it doesn't necessarily have to fit in that. You can find a saturated niche. Just the creator needs to have a very captivated audience, and they need to have their own slant. If they're not paving their own lane, that's a L. So again, I'm not going for a bodybuilder. I'm going for soul bra and holistic healing. I'm getting creative with it. I went into a subcategory and I found who has a strong presence. So if I'm going through holistic healing, I'm going to see some big people, but if I go to Twitter, I might even find some better people. So let's look through Soul Bra. He's a holistic healer or whatever you exactly want to put it under. And it does decent on TikTok. Honestly, not super great. I don't see any of these views popping off. Going through his Instagram, it's pretty good. Not too bad. Definitely something you could sell to. But where he's really popping is Twitter. Not a lot of people check this, but this is where he really has the audience. So I just literally searched up holistic healing. You want to find some more creative words too, but I'm going to keep it simple to start. And I find this girl, Consciously K. So first, let's check through the views and see that she's still popping off and not a has-been. The views are decent for TikTok. If they're getting above 10K views and it's really personal videos, it can slide. But let's go check the other social medias right now and just her link tree and see if she's selling anything. So lucky for us, it looks like she's selling garbage, just a bunch of coupon codes. But that's good. That's no hard offer, and you can infiltrate that. Infiltrate isn't the best word, but you can give some sort of info product with her. Okay, let's check out the Instagram. Let's see, do we have followers on there? Are they interacting? The reels are pretty solid. This one got 2.8 million views. A lot of hate on that one, but she does have fans, I think at least. This is a creator you can hit up. She doesn't have a hard offer, and her social medias are pretty decent. Plus a niche that isn't swarmed with people right now. So back to the TikTok search. I'm going to go click on this guy. It has 7.3 million views, so it went mega viral. All right, let's click on him. Captain Morgan Taylor. See how he's popping. It's doing all right on TikTok. Nothing too great. All right, now let's check the Instagram. Let's see if it's a little bit better. Instagram's doing decent, but kind of want to see 50K plus plays. Still, it could be all right. Actually, I take that back. The comments aren't really that active, and that's a bad sign of not having a ton of fans. And if I look through the offer, he kind of has a bunch of things going on right now. YouTube is as well. And his existing offer is some crew, some meetup thing. And it is super low ticket. I mean, as low ticket as it gets, just a one-time purchase at $33. Now, you could propose him a community, but his socials are not fantastic. So it'd be up to you on that one. So I go back to the Notion, I lay them all out. And then if I send him a DM, I would go say, first DM sent. And then you can follow up with those. If they do reply and it goes further on, then you can say in progress or you can say complete. So now that we found the creator, how do we hit them up? Let me first preface this with I'm friends with a lot of creators. I work with a lot of super high tier creators. They are so tired of your generic message. They don't want to see the same copy paste template saying, I'm going to take 50%. Here's what you can make, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's sending that. They're getting multiple a day. And not just that offer, they're getting hit up for a bunch of other stuff. I get 20 plus DMs a day about copywriting short form, so you have to stay fresh. Do not send AI messages. Anyone that tells you that doesn't have a super great creator, because guess what? You're not going to get a fire creator through an AI message. You can maybe get a decent one, but you're not going to get a super fire $1 million one. Try to seem like a real human and tailor it to who they are, what is their demographic. Be unique. So you have to do the things other people aren't doing. So go through each creator one by one and don't just hit them up on Instagram. You're going to hit them up on multiple different platforms. People have secured deals with me just hitting me up on Discord. It's not just Instagram. You can also do Telegram. You can also do Twitter DMs. Do all of them. I'm telling you, this will put you a step above everyone else. So do a unique message that's tailored for that specific creator, and don't send 10,000 DMs with AI. It's just not going to hit. An example of something you can do to make it stand out is mention just a tiny detail from a video a while back, or just something about their industry. This one's a little hack. Don't be afraid to do voice memos. It'll set you aside from everyone else. Look at this. This is crazy. So these two kids right here, I don't even know if they have much prior experience of this. Probably none. They partnered with this guy, Eddie Abo, and they make $70K plus from their paid school. And guess how they got Eddie? They literally just DM'd him a voice message, but they tailored it just for him. So they live near him, so that helped. He's an older guy. He's going to want to meet in person. And that's what they did. In the voice memo, they showed him, this is what you can make with the paid community. Would you like to learn more? We can meet up. Right off the bat, this thing made tens of thousands of dollars. It honestly probably makes even more than 70K, but just judging off the school right now, this could be you if you can land the right one. I would not bank on getting someone like this, but if you dig through the right niches, you can score. They did get lucky because Eddie blew up on social media shortly after they partnered with him. So they found a good creator, someone who was able to get organic views, and the offer makes sense. He shows them how to cook food or whatever. The churn is probably pretty bad. I doubt people stay for that long, but he gets a lot of people in. So 3 styles that you can hit up. You can try to really gain rapport and actually befriend the creator. Here's the thing, you don't want to just switch up all of a sudden because then you'll seem really fake. In the first few messages, if you seem like a genuine fan and you're just asking about stuff, and then all of a sudden you ask about a paid offer, it's going to rub them the wrong way. Like this one, you have to honestly really build the relationship. I don't suggest it that much. Now here's one unique one I haven't seen people doing, and honestly, it works. Ask to build them a free server, and this is really nice because you're not doing anything predatory. You're just building a free Discord server, and if they have a ton of clout, that just boosts your resume. You can build up that free Discord, it'll give you a bunch of community skills, and then once you prove yourself, you can just ask to make a paid Discord later on. I'd say wait about like a month. And then the last offer is just immediately asking to build a paid Discord. This works too. It's a little more aggressive and best if you have some experience, but you can shout this one out. The problem is it's super overplayed right now, so you need to be very tasteful with it. Do not do the template one of saying, can I take 50%? This is how much you can make, blah, blah, blah. They get too many of those. Looms are powerful. Just a little video message you do, and I'm friends with some huge agency owners. They secure clients just by sending out looms. So here's a curated script that you can kind of build from. So this is one that's a paid offer, so it's going a little more aggressive on it. So let's say if it's a supplement fitness influencer, I would say, your last creatine supplement videos were so helpful. Would be nice to have everyone in a Discord to talk about it. Do you have a Discord for your followers right now? No, not at the moment. And then they'll say, no, I don't have one. Yeah, you definitely get more customers with it. Sam Solik is doing $1 million every month extra with his. I've launched similar Discords before, and I could easily scale this. Cool if I send you a 5-minute loom of how I could launch yours? Obviously, you would tailor this to whatever the actual influencer is. But by sending that immediate follow-up of that loom, you have a much better chance of them at least saying yes to the loom. So then you'd send a loom of you building out the Discord, how you do it for that community, and you see if they bite. You could do this honestly for both free or paid offer. Here's the thing, you're not gonna know exactly what is the best script or hit up. You're gonna have to kind of mix and match. Maybe for a niche, you A/B test it. You try one style of hitting people up, and then you try another style. And you're going to kind of figure out what works because you're going to be sending out a good amount of volume. Even though we're not doing the AI GigaChad 10K a day, send 50 plus a day. Yes, I said it. Send 50 DMs manually. You have the time for it. Takes an hour or two. You know you have the time for it. But what you need to do is stay organized, look at your Notion, see who you've hit up. You need to make sure to follow up. Do this tastefully, don't badger the creator, but you can secure big people by just actively hitting them up again and again. And it may not work on Instagram, but maybe you catch them on Discord. If you send just one DM out, it's not gonna work. You have to send out a bunch. Volume is your friend, but what's even more your friend is doing curated volume, and that's actually sending a good message. Quality over quantity. So, extra sauce for those who are lost. If your resume has no experience, you have never done anything before, then I suggest hopping in on a Discord and becoming a mod. Hop in on a big streamer Discord, hop in on a big TikTokers Discord, get active in it, get promoted to mod status. It doesn't take that long, maybe a few weeks. It's best to do something that you enjoy. But guess what? They have a huge name and you can bolster that on your resume. It sounds ridiculous putting something like I'm a Jinxie mod in one of your resumes, but we're in the paid community game. You can flex that hard. It shows you know how to tailor and manage communities, which not many people know how to do. And what's the best of the best? Becoming a mod in an actual paid Discord. I pay 5+ people 6 figures a year to be mods in my Discord. Don't sleep on that. Great way to get your foot in the door. Having these will drastically increase your conversion because a lot of these creators, if you do get them on call, they're going to ask, what's your previous experience with building these out? And everything you do in your messaging and your rebuttal to that creator asking you, you want to assert your authority. You can easily do this if you've been a mod in other Discords. Let's remember, this isn't the easiest get-rich-quick scheme. This is a real business we're building out, so don't rush it. And I have some more fire niches. I'm going to drop them on my email newsletter for free. So make sure to sign up for that. I'm going to be giving away a bunch of game for free on there as well. What I just showed you is 7 years of knowledge in this paid community game. So make sure to take everything I say very seriously. If you actually deploy the tips I told you today, you're going to be able to build a strong community with some creator. I know some of you guys are going to go kill it, so I can't wait to see it.